If you've done the first 9 sections of Hopscotch well, finance will happen. If you contemplate a business first based on what your cash out opportunity is, the chances are you're not building a company worthwhile enough to cash out. Then your whole idea depends on luck. If you're building a company that exists to fulfill a mission and creates a tribe of followers that are aligned with that value and mission, and you set in motion a passion for people to join your company in this cause, the chances are you're building a company that is worthwhile, is financeable, and will deliver all the results you require for all your stakeholders, your supplier base, your employee base, your customer base, and your shareholders. Okay? If you're leading with generosity, abundance happens. You know, a question I always get from entrepreneurs is, how do I pitch my company to venture capitalists and how do I get external funding? So I have 2 parts to the answer to that question. The first part is don't. Okay? Not don't, but really question, do you need to sell part of your company to finance it? Okay? I want you to really question that assumption because I've seen so many entrepreneurs in high growth companies that have sold so much of their equity away that they're working for other people. They've basically bought themselves a job and they're really lacking the ability to have a great upside for themselves, and they're not in financial or even managerial control of their companies. So look in the mirror, really question yourself, how patient can I be to take maybe a little bit longer and build this for myself? You see, your equity in your company is like toothpaste in a toothpaste tube. Once you squeeze it out, it's really hard to get back in. So keep it in as long as possible and really question whether or not you need to sell equity. The second part, in terms of how do I pitch my company, if I'm really committed to doing that, I may not be the best person to answer, although I've pitched lots of companies and I've been in a lot of boardrooms selling equity in companies. My main answer is understand all the ins and outs of how you built your financial model and your operations model. Be a passionate advocate for change. Be a leader of the mission that your company is set out to accomplish in the world, and then be yourself. If you communicate those elements really authentically, then a lot of the gaps will be filled. People invest in people more than they invest in business ideas. If you become a really passionate person that understands the elements of their business, you become investable. Specifically, when we speak about the financial sections, as an operator, what's really important to me is a cash flow budget. Many companies that go bankrupt are actually profitable but have terrible cash flow management. So it's really important to understand your budgeting from an inflow and outflow of cash perspective. Your other financial statements become extremely important as well. Not everybody has financial acumen in order to create their own pro forma and develop your financial statements based on it. This is something that cannot be ignored. It is of crucial importance, and I encourage you that if this is not your strong suit, to find external support and get this done properly and effectively. You know, till all is said and done, the major currency of business today is still money. And financial analysis, financial statements is the main way for people to communicate financial worth to each other. And so you need to get this right. In this section, we have some Simple Finance 101 series. We have some basic reading and videos, but I encourage you to think outside the box, to really look outside in the world and get that support you need to get your financial pro forma, your cash flow budget, and your financial statements done correctly.